In today's class, I'll continue explaining more of ACT kind of questions. Mainly, I want to focus on two things. First one is Pythagorean theorem, and second one is the properties of triangles. Okay, so let's quickly review what the Pythagorean theorem is. By Pythagorean theorem, there is a mathematician whose name is Pythagoras. So, the Pythagoras theorem says that if you take a right angle triangle, so when I say that right angle triangle, my bad, this part is a little longer. That's fine. Oh, let me increase. Okay. So, if you are taking a right angle triangle, the side opposite to 90 degrees, this is called as hypotenuse. In fact, this is the longest side of all the three sides. Then the other two sides you may call as this one as base and this one as height. Or else, if you want, you may use maybe this one is one leg, this is one leg, and this one is the other leg. So it's up to you. You want to take it as these two sides as legs or base and height. It doesn't matter. So just let me remove this one. So it's up to you what to take means. Is it a base? Yes. Is it a leg? Yes, it is. So either way you can take it. The condition says that side is square, or maybe I would say that leg square plus leg square equals to hypotenuse square. Some people prefer to write this as a square plus b square equals to c square. Here c represents the hypotenuse. So in today's session, we'll be using mostly the Pythagoras theorem in addition to the other rules. So let's quickly jump to question number 1. The first question itself is looking a little complicated. Refer to the provided figure. Evaluate measure of angle CAD. So the question is, what is the measure of this one? Angle CAD, which is this part. Well, I see that here these two symbols are marked. Like here is one line and here is one line. This shows that this is an isosceles triangle, which means two sides are equal. So I hope you remember that if two sides are equal, then the other two angles also must be equal. So this little square indicates that this is 90 degrees. Please remember, if you are taking an isosceles triangle, in that not only two sides, two angles are also equal. I repeat, in an isosceles triangle, two sides are equal and two angles are also equal. So we don't know what are the other two angles. We know that one angle is 90 degrees and we don't know what are the other two angles. Therefore, let me assume those angles as, let's say that this is x degrees and this is also x degrees. Please remember, in an isosceles triangle, two sides are equal and also two angles are equal. It cannot have 290 degrees because sum of the angles is 180. So a triangle cannot have two right angles. Well, so if these two angles are assumed as x degrees and x degrees, therefore, I hope you remember that sum of three angles of a triangle is 180. So, sum of three angles of a triangle is 180 degrees, and one angle is 90 degrees. The other two angles are x and x degrees. Therefore, 90 plus x equals to 180 degrees. Several times I mentioned that x means 1x. It is as simple as apple means, that is one apple. In the same way, x means it is 1x. And another possible mistake is, though I repeatedly reminding you there are high chance of making a mistake. 90 plus 1x, is it 91x? This is how you may think, which is not correct. Because a constant and a variable cannot be simplified. Or else in layman's language, a number and a letter cannot be added. So here these two like terms 1x and 1x can be simplified to make it as 2x. So 90 plus 2x equals to 180 degrees. You know how to isolate x. Take away 90 on both the sides. After the cancellation, then 2x equals to 90. By inverse operation, we divide by 2 on both the sides. Then we get that x equals to 90 divided by 2 equals to 45 degrees. But this is not the end of the story, because we found the value of x but not the value of angle CAD. Okay? Once again, we know that straight line makes 180 degrees. Therefore, I found the value of x here, and I know that this is a straight line. This is a straight line. So what is the value of x here? I got 45 degrees. So this part is 45 degrees. 45 degrees. This is 45 and this is the unknown value. But I know that straight line makes 180 degrees. Therefore, let me make use of that. Straight line makes 180 degrees. Therefore, one is 45 degrees. You can see that this is 45 degrees, and the adjacent angle we don't know. Let me assume this one as y. So 45 plus y equals to 180 degrees. Then what is the value of y means? Take away 45. Then you get that y equals to 135 degrees. There is another way also. I hope you know that sum of two interior angles equals to third angle's exterior. Therefore, y equals to 90 plus x or y equals to 90 plus 45. That gives you 135. You may follow that method also. Or else you may take this one, straight line makes 180 degrees. So you found y value. Now what you have to do is, now let me consider the other triangle which is shaded in green. This triangle. Just now I computed and I figured it out, this one as 135 degrees, and this one is given as 26 degrees. You can see in the diagram, and the question is, what is the third angle? Once again, I'm going to use sum of three angles of a triangle is 180. sum of three angles of a triangle 180 degrees. Now I'm focusing on this triangle. One angle is 135 and the second angle is 26 degrees and the third one is this one is missing, which is angle CAD. So angle CAD, if you want you may take any alphabet like C or something. So 135 and 26, that gives me 161 degrees plus CAD is 180. Take away 161 to isolate angle CAD. After the cancellation, then you get 19 degrees. Yes, it is 19 degrees. That's the value of angle CAD. That's the value of angle CAD. So this one may seems to be difficult when you look at the question initially. Like, oh my gosh, how to solve this one? You may think. But once when you start solving, please notice that there are two triangles. Basically, you have to remember all the properties. I see that two sides are equal in triangle ABC. Two sides are equal means two angles are equal. Then we computed those measurement each angle is, one is 90, the other two angles are 45. Then we found the adjacent angle of angle X as 135 by using straight line makes 180. In the second triangle, when you knew two angles, then you found the third one. So this is the answer, which is 19 degrees. Okay. Questions, please. You may type in chat box. You may type your comments in the chat box, please. Moving to the next question. The length of one leg of an equilateral triangle. Always identify what is the important part of the question. Equilateral triangle is 6. What is the area of the triangle? So, if I have to compute the area of triangle, when I think of area of triangle, first the thought comes into my mind is area of triangle is base times height over 2. Okay, so let me visualize the triangle first. Okay, there is an equilateral triangle, which means all the three sides are equal. Let me move this one a little down. Ooh, not possible. So let me draw it again. Okay, so let me draw the triangle once again, maybe a little below this one. So equilateral triangle means a triangle in which all the three sides are equal. Well, this is A, this is B, and this one is C. And each side is given as 6 units. Therefore, this is 6, and this one is also 6. Now, I know what is the base. You please notice that base is 6 units. Okay. What is the height? I don't see any height here. So let me assume that the height is drawn with a dotted line. You know, in an equilateral triangle, when the altitude or height is drawn, that divides the base into two equal halves. The total length, I see that it is the base is 6 units, and that is divided as 3 units and 3 units. That is, this is equally distributed. I repeat, this is equally distributed as my bad, it is supposed to be C. Okay, so this is equally distributed. Oh, my bad. So let me try to move this one a little. No, this one. Okay. Excuse me. So here, so when I'm drawing this one, I see that here a right angle triangle is formed. Two right triangles are formed. One is on the left side, one is on the right side. Please remember, when the altitude or height is drawn, I hope you remember height means that must be perpendicular to the base. Perpendicular means I'm taking 90 degrees here. Therefore, a right angle triangle is formed here. A right angle triangle is formed. Therefore, you know that here this is called as hypotenuse. In the beginning of this session, I mentioned that the side opposite to 90 degrees is known as hypotenuse. And you know the other side. So you know hypotenuse on one side, and can you find by using Pythagoras theorem? Yes, you can find it. So let me compute by using Pythagoras theorem, by Pythagorean theorem. It is side square plus side square. You may write as leg square plus a leg square also equals to hypotenuse square. Please notice that this is the hypotenuse that goes here. Therefore, let me take 6 square here, and one of the sides, it is not 6 units, it is 3 units. It goes here, it goes here. So this one is 3 square, and what is the value of this one? So that is missing. So let me take it as h. H stands for height. So side square plus side square equals to hypotenuse square, which means 3 square. 3 square means which is 3 square. It is not 3 times 2, it is 3 times 3. 3 times 3, that is 9 plus h square equals to, what is 6 square means? It is not 6 times 2, it is 6 times 6, 36. Now you can isolate h. Let me subtract 9. So h square equals to 36 minus 9 is 27, and if you want to eliminate this one square, on the other side you have to take square root. So h is square root of 27. Let me compute what is the value of h, which is square root of 27. 3 into, well, 27. 3 into 1.732, probably something, yeah, 5.19. So the value of h, I used my calculator and I found that it is 5.19. Now, whatever the height you got here, this value may be plugged in here. This value may be plugged in here. And what about the base means? You know that base of this triangle is 6 units. Therefore, you are almost done. You are almost done. Let me take that area equals to base is 6 units, and height, as I mentioned before, it is 5.19 over 2. You may make use of calculator. 15.57, maybe this one times 6 divided by 2, yeah, 15.58. So 15.58 square units is the area of this. Questions please, really quick. You may type in comment box. Well, Let me go to the next question. Just I'm playing around. Okay, so let me go to the next question. Sam and John both start at the same point. Sam walks 30 feet north while John walks 40 feet west. How far apart are they at their new locations? Actually, you know, uh, it reminds me about my childhood when I was young. Uh, One of my social studies teacher asked that, where is north? I was not really sure. This side, no, no, no. Then this one, no, no, no. This one, no. This, see, the teacher want me to be successful. That's the reason. Actually, there are only four options: north, south, east, west, and three times the teacher said no. So fourth time, obviously, that's the answer. Then I realized it that every teacher wants their student to be successful. That's the time I learned where north is. Well, the point is, if you take any map, north is always right at the top, and south is at the bottom. East is on the right side, and next south is on the left side. An interesting thing, N, then E, then next, oops, my apologies, I copied opposite to east, S, my apologies, it's W, that's west. My apologies. So, N, then E, then W, then S. News. You know what is news? Around the world, that means the information from all the four corners, that's what called as news. Is it interesting? Well, now let's get back to the problem. Sam and John both start at the same point. So let me assume that they are starting at a point. Sam walks 30 feet north. Please remember, north means that one is in this direction. Already I showed you that this is the north. Okay? 30 feet. Okay? John walks 40 feet west. West means look at this one. So west is towards the left side. So John walks in this direction 40 feet. 40 feet. Now, how far are they from their new points? That means the question is, what is the distance here? I see that a right angle triangle is formed. Okay, let me clear this one. Let me mark it again here that this is 30 feet and this one is 40 feet. And what is the length of this one? I see that hypotenuse is missing now, right? Now, let's use the Pythagorean theorem, which is side square plus side square, or maybe leg square plus leg square equals to hypotenuse square. So, side means one side is this one, and this is the second side. These two are to be plugged in here, and you have to compute what is the hypotenuse. Therefore, side square means one is 40 square, the other side is 30 square equals to hypotenuse square. What is 40 square means 40 times 40. Please don't get confused. It is not 40 times 2, it is 40 times 40. That gives me 1600 plus what is 30 square? 30 square means 30 times 30. That gives me 900 equals to hypotenuse square. 1600 plus 900, that gives me 2500 equals to hypotenuse square. my bad, here it is hypotenuse square, and if you want to eliminate square, don't forget the other side, you have to take square root. Therefore, what is the square root of 2500? What is the square root of 2500? It's easy to compute. What is square root of 25, which is 5? Square root 100, 10. So that is 50. Also, you can make use of calculator. So the distance between Sam and John, that is 50 feet. It's an easy question. It's an easy question. Only thing is, you have to remember the directions, where is north, where is south, where is west, and where is east. Remember, right at the top north, at the bottom south, to your right hand side east, to your left hand side it is west. Okay, so let me quickly jump to the next question. A square enclosure has a total area of 3600 square feet. What is the length in feet of a diagonal across the field rounded to the nearest whole number? Okay, so let me draw the shape of a square. Then the border width. Okay, let me draw the shape of a square. There is a square. Okay, and what is diagonal means? Diagonal means the line segment joining these two, or maybe the other way around. Like either this one you can take, or else you can take the other one, which is one moment. Okay, you may take the other diagonal. So either of these two can be taken. Doesn't matter. So here a square is given. Let me label this one as A, B, C, D. I hope you remember that all the four corners of a square are right angles, which means 90 degrees. Okay. First of all, it's given that area of the square is given as 3600 square feet. So let's think of what is the area condition or rule. You know, area of a square, it is side times side, or side is square. I hope you know that side is square. So let me plug in the number here, which is 3600 square feet, which is equals to side square. So earlier also I mentioned that in order to eliminate square, you have to take square root on the other side. Therefore, the value of the side equals to, under the square root, 3600. Make use of your calculator, then you'll get that side equals to 60. So, in this square, I know that side is 60, this side is 60, this side is 60, and this side is 60. Now, how is it connected to the diagonal means? We have to figure out what is the length of this one. What is the length of this one? Now, instead of taking the entire square, just assume that you are taking only some part of this one. Please notice that now this is forming a right angle triangle. Please notice that this is forming a right angle triangle, right? In this right angle triangle, I know two sides. Please notice that the base value, I know the base value as 60, and I know that height, this one is 60. If you know two sides, can you figure out what is the third side of the right angle triangle or not? At this point, actually, you have to forget about. Just a moment. Let me. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm not able to. Uh, my apologies. I'm not able to clear some part of this. Well, no problem. So here, the point is, you may assume that only this triangle is given to you, and how to compute the hypotenuse means. You know very well that you have to use the Pythagorean theorem. Therefore, by Pythagoras theorem, Pythagoras theorem, let me take that side square plus side square equals to hypotenuse square. So one of the sides is 60. The other side is also 60. Therefore, 60 square plus 60 square equals to the hypotenuse square. So what is 60 square means? It is 3600 plus 3600. You can make use of calculator. Then hypotenuse square is you may add these two, 3600, 3600, that gives you 7200 equals to hypotenuse square. Several times I told you, if you want to eliminate square, you have to take square root of this one. So what is the square root of this one means? 60 times root 2. Let me compute 7200. I got 84.85. 84.85. But the question says that to the nearest whole number, that means you are asked to round it, this 84.85. So this is the nearest value is, that is 85. This is 85. So do I have that 85 among the given options means I see that yes. Therefore, 85 approximately the hypotenuse length is 85 feet. 85 feet. Don't forget to mention the units. Now, questions please. You may type in the comment box. Well, let me go to the next question. This one is slightly different. This is slightly different. The hypotenuse, let me move this one to here. The hypotenuse is the diameter of the circle. Find the area of the circle above. So once again, it's clearly mentioned in the given question that the hypotenuse is the diameter. Therefore, 3 and 4 are given here. 3 and 4 are given. Actually, there is a method called as Pythagorean Triplet. By using that, I can say the hypotenuse is 5 units. If you are not aware of that, so let me take the rule again, that is Pythagoras theorem, which is side square plus side square equals to hypotenuse square. Now here let me plug in these values. One side is 3 units and the other one is 4. Therefore, it is going to be 3 square plus 4 square is hypotenuse square. Again and again, I am reminding 3 square means it is not 3 times 2, it is 3 times 3, which is 9. 4 square is 4 times 4, it is not 4 times 2. So it is 16. So that is hypotenuse square. So if you want to eliminate the square, and if you want to get it, then it is going to be square root on the other side. Therefore, 9 plus 16 is 25. The value of hypotenuse is square root of 25. That gives me 5 units. Well, now several times I told you about this is the tricky part. Now I got the diameter is 5 units. Diameter equals to 5 units. Immediately you compute what is the radius, which is 5 over 2 or 2.5, 2.5. You know that radius is half of the diameter. Therefore, half of 5, that gives me 2.5. Find the area of the circle. So, let me compute what is the area of circle. Area of circle is pi times radius square. So pi value, shall I take 22 over 7 or 3.14, means I would say that neither, because all these options are having the pi, but pi value is not simplified. So let it be as pi only. What is radius square means here? It is 2.5, that's the radius. So radius square is going to be 2.5 square. Then this is going to be 6.25. Just I computed in my mind. I did not make use of the calculator. So pi times 6.25, that gives me 6.25 pi. So here is the answer. Here is the answer. Okay. Again, from the beginning, in the given question, two sides of a right triangle are given. You know how to figure out the third side of a right triangle by using Pythagoras Theorem. Side square plus side square equals to hypotenuse square. Once when you get the hypotenuse, diameter is, then you found the diameter. So here I see that the diameter is 5 units. Whatever I got, that's the diameter. You can see that in the diagram. Now what is radius means? Radius is half of the diameter. So half of 5, that gives me 2.5. So area of a circle, you know that it is pi times radius square. Okay. So let's quickly jump to the next question. Find the perimeter of this polygon. Actually, perimeter means you know that sum of all the sides. Perimeter of a polygon. So perimeter of a polygon equals to sum of all sides. Right? When they say sum of all sides, it's easy. 8 plus 20 plus what is the length of this one? That length is missing. So you have to figure it out. What is the length of this one? That's the question. Once if you can get it, then it's easy for you to find the perimeter. So here, let me assume that this is a part of a triangle. This is a part of a, triangle, that one side. Which means, let me draw a perpendicular line here. When I'm drawing a perpendicular line here, then I see that a right triangle is formed here. A right triangle is formed here. Now, this is just let me assume that, okay, this is altitude or height, and this is the right triangle. This is right triangle, and this one is a rectangle. In a rectangle, opposite sides are equal. Therefore, this is going to be 8, and this is going to be 20. If this is 20, the remaining part is going to be 6. It's easy. 26 From 26, you take away 20, then you'll get that this portion is 6. Now, can you figure out what is the length of this one? Yes, you can, using Pythagoras theorem again. So, by Pythagoras theorem, side square plus side square equals to hypotenuse square. One side is 8, the other side is 6. Therefore, it's going to be 8 square plus 6 square is hypotenuse square. 8 square, again I'm reminding you, it is not 8 times 2, it is 8 times 8, 64. It is not 6 times 2, it is 6 times 6, 36. That is the hypotenuse. So 64 and 36, that gives me 100. That's the hypotenuse square. As I mentioned before, if you are eliminating square, you have to take square root on the other side. So square root of 100, that gives you 10 units. So hypotenuse is 10 units. Now once when you get hypotenuse as 10, now here onwards it's easy, because what is perimeter means sum of all sides. I see that this is 20 units plus 10 units here. Please remember the whole length is 26 here and this one. So perimeter means total length of the boundary line. If I consider this one, this is 20, and just now we figured it out, the hypotenuse is 10 and the whole length is given as 26 in the given question, this one, and this is 8. Therefore, all these sides I have to sum up. 20 plus 10, that is 30. 30 plus 26, 56. 56 and 8, it is 64 units. That's the perimeter. Okay. See, when you look at the question, we know that perimeter means sum of all these sides. But only 3 sides are given. How to figure out the 4th side means, again, imagine that there is a triangle. In the triangle, we use the Pythagoras theorem to figure it out. What is the, let me try to, oops, everything is disappeared. I'm sorry for that. Okay, so I don't want to clear it. That's it. Oh, right. So let's go to, well, these questions I'll take in my next session. That's it for me for today's session. If you have any questions, please feel free to send an email to me. Okay? Bye-bye. See you in the next session. Bye.